Okay, it looks like I just need to figure out how to tell my people find it. But I'm not seeing that, so maybe I'll just announce. One moment, please. One moment, and then I will begin in earnest. There we are. There we are, friends. This would go a lot faster if I didn't keep mixing up which device I'm controlling with which controller. But okay, here I am before you all. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Rowan. I play accordion. I mostly don't play standard repertoire on accordion. When I was starting out, I played in a basement in Portland once a year. This is that time of year, and people are maybe in some in the vicinity of that basement this year. Maybe not in that exact basement, or maybe on a different floor in that house. But the important part is we're used to having some music happen at that party, and I'm not at that party this year. I haven't been for several years. There have been obstacles, big orange obstacles, and then coronavirus obstacles. Anyway, but through the magic of the internet, how I made my friends in Portland in the first place around the turn of the century, I can share music with these people and with anyone else who's listening in. The repertoire that I share with my friends in Portland is a weird subset of my repertoire. Songs I played a long time ago, I don't really play very much anymore, except to that particular audience. But at the same time, I don't want to play them the exact same set every time. So I'm going to try and mix it up a little bit this time around with some of the new tunes from this season, if you will, of my weekly Stupid Accordion Tricks series. Some of which maybe I haven't even played in a year. We'll see how far I get. Here's a song about folks getting together. I came upon a child of God. He was walking along the road. I asked him, where you going? He told me, I'm going down to Yaskin's farm. Gonna join a rock and roll band. We're camp out on the land. Turn my soul free. We are stardust. We are rolling. And we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. Can I walk beside you? Our clothes are strong. I feel to be a guardian journey. Maybe it is just the time of year. Maybe it's the time of man. Don't know who I am. You know I'm just for learning. We are stardust. We are rolling, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. What was that for? By the time we got to Woodstock, we were 500,000 strong. And everywhere there was silent celebration. I dreamed I saw the bombers, frozen shotgun in the sky, living into butterfly nation. We are stardust, billion-year-old carbon. We are cutting the devil's bargain, and we've got to get ourselves back to the God. My Portland friends have probably never heard me play that song before. Given how successive installments of the Woodstock congregation unfolded, I don't know if I want to lay that burden on them, but I'm involved with community radio here in Canada, and it's a tradition we have to maintain, upholding CanCon. So there you go, something by a Canadian songwriter. There's going to be a few more of those in this set here. This is not one of them. Another sentimental tune of nostalgic rendezvous, if you will. Well, I wish I was in New Orleans. I can see it in my dreams. Arm in arm down Burgundy, bottle and my friends and me. Hoist up a few tall ones, listen cool and listen to that tenor saxophone calling me home. I can hear the band begin when the saints go marching in. By the whiskers on marching New Orleans, I'll be there. I drink you under the table, hearing nose go for walks. The old house, what I want is red beans and rice. Wear the dress I like so well. Meet me at the old saloon. Make sure there's a Dixie moon. New Orleans, I'll be there. And there the cards roll the dice, but ain't that old Johnny voice? Claiborne Avenue, me and you, Sam Jones and now. Wish I was in New Orleans. I can see it in my dreams. Arm in arm down Burgundy, a bottle and our friends and me. New Orleans, I'll be there. I've never been to New Orleans. I don't know if it's even a place I'd like to go. But it's a nice song. It's a fun way to feel. A little Tom Waits. I used to get some loonies playing that busking down at the Grenville Island Market. Mm-hmm. Regret to announce I don't have any gurgling songs for you this evening. Though Carolyn Mark conspicuously has a cornerstone of her set traditionally culminates in a gargle solo I didn't know that. So on one occasion, I was co-hosting a Arts Wells fundraiser with her, and I saw she was making a move for the water bottle, and I tried to grab it and hand it to her because she was standing up top singing, and I was just sneaking up the stage, and she knew exactly what she was doing, and she was not expecting me there doing that. Very awkward. Very awkward. You think, isn't it awkward enough? But no. Maybe it's not fair for me to vary all the traditional Portland songs. If there's any kids listening, it's almost midnight, my friends. There's some adult content in this one, so close your little ears. Talks about grown-up things which you're going to find gross. I like you, I'd like you to like me, to like you, but I don't need you. Need you to want me to like you. Because if you didn't like me, I would still like you, you see. La la la. La la la. I lick you. I like you to like me, to lick you. But I don't need you. Need you to like me, to lick you. If your pleasure turned into pain, I would still lick for my personal gain. La la la. La la la. A little creepy there, Moas. I fuck you, and I love you to love me, to fuck you. I don't fucking need you. Need you to need me, to fuck you. If you need me to need you to fuck, that fucks everything up. La la la. La la la. Well, I want you, and I want you to want me, to want you. But I don't need you. Need you to need me, to need you. That's just me. So take me or leave me. But please don't need me. Need me to need you, to need me. 'Cause we're here 1 minute, and next we're dead. So love me and leave me, but try not to need me. Enough said. Well, I want you, but I don't need you. I love you. Love you how I love you. But I don't need you. Need you to love me, to love you. If your love changed into hate, would my love have been a mistake? La la la. So I'm gonna leave you. I like you to leave me, to leave you. Lover, believe me, it isn't because I don't need you. You know I don't need you. All I wanted was to be wanted. If you're drowning me deep, you need to be needed. La la la. La la la. Oh my gosh, I just got thrown off because I saw people had been leaving comments. It's always when you're playing in your own basement by yourself. Mostly by yourself. It's me and a couple of potato rats on the other side of the wall feeling their big feelings. And you're like, yeah, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm talking to myself in the middle of the night, kind of crazy. And then you're like, oh, wait a second. I'm not by myself after all. So people are paying attention. Well, I don't know what that says about me or about you, but welcome and thank you. And here's some more music, something more contemporary. When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true. Give me a day or two to think of something clever, to write myself a letter. Tell me what you do. Do you read my interviews, or do you skip my avenue? When you said that you were passing through, was I even on your way? I knew when I asked you to be cool about what I was telling you. You do the opposite of what you said you do. And I am afraid. Don't say it isn't fair. You clearly weren't aware that you made me miserable. Oh, if you really want to know, when I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true. You called me again, drunk in your Benz, driving home under the influence. You scared me to death and wasted my breath, 'cause you only listen to your no good. I don't relate to you. I don't relate to you, no. I never treat me this shitty. You made me hate this city. And I don't talk trash about you on the internet. Never told anyone anything. That stuff's embarrassing. You were my everything. All that you did was make me really sad. Don't waste the time I don't have. Don't try to make me feel bad. You'd talk about every time you showed up on time, but I'd have an empty line, 'cause you never did. Never paid any mind to my mother or friends, so I shut them all out for you, 'cause I was a kid. You ruined everything good. I said you were misunderstood. Made all my moments your own. Just wouldn't leave me alone. I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Wish I could explain it better. I wish it wasn't true. I don't know if that one's any fun to listen to, but it's a lot of fun to play. Well, Billie Eilish. Last couple of years it was Lil Nas X, but getting more getting more heavy-hitting songs from Billie Eilish. I described her as the great jazz singer of our era. Some people took that the wrong way. But in terms of people that she's reaching with jazz singing, I don't think there's anyone else who can claim that title. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, whoa. This is not quite a Portland classic, but I did play it for you last year and probably the year before. When societies crumble and everything's gone, the cars are all rusted away. There ain't no more money, there's nothing to buy. All that we have is the day. The world becomes silent, no planes in the air, and the voices just gather to sing. And the guns are the fence posts, the cars are the doghouse, the telephones no longer ring. But lack of light, no electrical light. So what then? You and the candles will be all that I need. Your face bathed in the firelight will be all I want to see. I'll still sing you a song, last the whole night long. You and the candles. When the grocery stores are all hollow inside, the airports are filled with the breeze. After the anarchy finally subsides and you reckon with how it will be. When empires are humble before the eyes of the people, the truth will be like a parade. When industries falter, we'll make our own clothes now. Gift of our hands rise again. What of the light? No electrical light. So what then? You and the candles will be all that I need. Your face bathed in the firelight will be all I want to see. I'll still sing you a song that'll last the whole night long. You and the candles. The bridge. I didn't write down the chord for the bridge. Basket, the time is fantastic for lovers to know what they say. I might let in candles on spindling mantles and we'll say when the night turns to day. But you and the storm clouds, puddles at our feet. Lightning cuts through the heavens, lights you so briefly. I'll still write you a song, last the whole night long. You and the candles, you and the candles. I think we originally revamped the bridge there. I think it was doing kind of a trucker gear shifting into another key, and we weren't having any of it. We'll just work something out and keep it in the same key. We won't write it down, but we'll definitely remember. Like 10 years later, we'll definitely remember what happens at that part of the song. Maybe if you play it more than once a year. But, okay. Recover. Play them something you know you can play, by which I mean something you've only ever played once. They've never heard it, so they won't know. It's a fight to be good, a good fighter. You asked for ecstatic, you got it, you got to admit, peculiar value. Not peculiar, it's practically visible in bed. What do they want, good people? They want what you got, what you give them. Well, here you go. Red-headed woman, red-headed man. He kissed it, love at last. He was made of stone, she was hard to catch. No matter how it lasts. Some rocks you can break, some parts of your body solid. Mix up and take peculiar solution. Apply to your headings. Dissolve. Okay, then love hard lover. Encourage the worst, the latest. You got a good ticket. Good for those hard to reach places. Your face. All right. So a little bungle. Not a grand bungle like a Mr. Bungle. That's so wrong, it's right. But check it out. Early Veda Hilly, turn of the century. The song's called Peculiar Value, and it's just chef's kiss. Don't know if I'm improving it, but if I can be a gateway, that one works just as well for me. All right, here's one you know and love, and some of you can sing along to at karaoke night. I've given the story so many times. If anyone doesn't know what this is about, just ask your friend, ask your neighbor. You let me hack you. You let me piggyback you. You let me underdeck you. You let me fine track you. Help me, I think I got a boo-boo. Help me, my puppy ran away. Help me, tricycle. Help me to come over and play. I wanna hug you like a teddy teddy bear. I'm gonna make you eat my pie. I'm gonna hug you like a teddy bear. My bedtime is so unfair. I put a slug in your hair. You can't have my old Nintendo. You can't have the games for it too. You can't have my hockey cards. You can have my fake piece of blue. There we go. You broke my tree house. Help me, I think I wet the bed. Help me, my ice cream fell right off the cone. Help me, cause my goldfish is dead. I'm gonna hug you like a teddy bear. I wanna make you eat a mud pie. I wanna hug you like a teddy bear. I put a slug in your hair. My gosh, I am out of practice for a lot of this. It's been a long time since I've been gigging live regularly. The first pandemic year, I was doing monthly streams, and I fell into the habit of that. But Martin, I possibly am in a position to take a request depending on what it is and whether I actually can play it or not. So dwell on that, or fire off some options in the chat while I try to round my anecdote back up. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm not a very good accordion player tonight, but I'm the best one you got in your living room until you change stations, because the best accordion players in the world are also on YouTube, but they're not playing for you personally and probably won't take your requests. So you win some, you lose some. Of course, with my tight and polished arrangements and performance is not necessarily what part of my personal brand creatively. But let me see. I got another one I was going to throw at you. I got a Big Rude Jake song I play often, but I already did the request. Oh, the request was for the song. It's like I reached out into your mind and pulled it out and then did it, I guess. Often I try to share a song by Big Rude Jake with you, Toronto songwriter. He died this year. It was very bad timing. I mean, it's never good timing, but he had a big fundraiser coming up for his cancer treatment, and he died like a week before it took place. So I guess it was like a funeral expenses fundraiser, but he was a hell of a guy, made amazing music. And if you're not from Canada, you probably never heard him. If you are from Canada, you probably never heard him. He was kind of spent his whole career flying under the radar, but he was a real mensch. Let me see if I can pull this one out. The sky has been cut open by the sleet and rain and wind. I slam into the dead end of another 3 a.m. My head is slick with things unsaid. My tongue is slick with booze. I stumble drunk into the night back to my little room. My sock soaks up the slush in through the crater in my shoe. As my foot turns numb with cold, I find I think of you. I wanna be the thorn in your side. I don't want love, I don't want tenderness. I wanna be the thorn in your side. When you lay head down in the deep of the night, do you feel a bristle in the small of your spine? Well, urgent clawing fingers cannot reach it. You pinch and scratch and pull, it just goes deeper. Does your constant throbbing grate your bleak and sorry soul? Would you bed a stranger so's not to be alone? I wanna be the thorn in your side. I don't want joy, I don't want tenderness. I want to be the thorn in your side. Well, is there someone in your dreams that will not let you sleep? Is your nightmare faceless, dear, or does he look like me? Well, how much does it hurt? I want to know. Tell me I'm the barb that sticks you to the bone. Tell me you can't take much more of pinchers to your flesh. Tell me you can't sleep at night so I can finally rest. I wanna be the thorn in your side. I am compelled by one desire. I wanna be the thorn in your side. Now, I'm hearing about all kinds of crazy things going on at the fire pit where they're listening to me right now. I'm getting a bit of fiery flashing going on here. I've tried to give myself some kind of atmospheric ambient lighting with a daylight lamp in this room, turning off the overhead. And I've played something that has set off its resonant frequency, and now it's flickering like crazy. And I just I got to do something because it ain't night and it ain't day. But it is very distracting. Rather distracting. So let me get rid of this. Maybe I can just dial it down. Better. And like that, the flicker is resolved. That last song was Sliver Man by Big Rude Jake. Check out his work. He was at the right place at the right time when the swing revival hit in the late 90s, and he just rode that wave to the end. If you have heard me in the past, The Girl in the Pink Canoe was one of his. Gotham City Serenade. There's so many album after album, classic Canadian jazz and blues. Only ever been to Toronto, his home base, once. 2002, we looked up the room where he had a weekly residency. Traveled arduously all the way across town. Toronto is it's a lot of cities, really. Big trip. And we got there, and it was his week off. We never got a chance to see him, and now I never will, and neither will you. But you got a chance to see me, virtually, interpreting, moderating his tunes. Now, I've only got a couple more songs left in my pile here, which is like, now I know more people are listening, but there's only so many pieces of paper here, so I better make them count. Of course, if there are the other requests, I can pull them up. I got computers here, believe it or not. Somehow it happened that way. I was thinking maybe I won't do this one, but we're traditional. That's like as good as we'll get is pretty good. My daughter always complains. She says, "Dad, it's something that you always say is if things were different, they'd be different. How can you resist a good tautology?" All right. I just saw this guy the other day. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do what? Maybe that means I'm going to go into overtime. Who knows? Oh God, 12:30. I'm already in overtime. Well, sit with me. You came here alone. You're wondering whether you'll take me home. Well, I'd be delighted, but first I should say I'm a lousy lover. I'm a lousy lay. I'm a lousy lover. I'm a lousy lay. No good in the sack, no good in the hay. Well, conversation is my forte, 'cause I'm a lousy lover. I'm a lousy lay. Well, my younger years were kind of a bore. I was too shy to score. I'm a sexual moron, a physical fool. I should have got guidance, back in high school. Instead of joy of sex, I read Jean-Paul Sartre. Instead of falling in love, well, I just fell apart. I'm not bragging. I'm just a lousy lover. I'm a lousy lay. I'm a lousy lover. I'm a lousy lay. No good in the sack, no good in the hay. Conversation is my forte, 'cause I'm a lousy lover. I'm a lousy lay. Confidentially, my confidence is sharp. I don't know what I am, but I know what I'm not. I'm not a sex machine, that's not my claim to fame. Casanova's not my middle name. Steam and seduction, hey, that's not my style. My inhibitions just sit there, they don't want to run wild. I lack the essential sensuality. I got no gift for intimacy. But I'll sleep with you if you'll sleep with me. And after it's over, I know what you'll say. You're a lousy lover. You're a lousy lady. Get under the covers. You'll discover. Jesus Christ, I'm a lousy lover. I'm a lousy lover. I'm a lousy lady. No good in the sack, no good in the hay. Conversation is my forte. I'm a lousy lover. I'm a lousy lay. Oh, no. It's not me you're looking for. Okay. All right. Well, everyone has just found their way here. Thank you for joining me. And I'm going to be wrapping it up. With another song or two. Unless I get struck by a smooth request. But, if the request comes through after I stop playing, then that gets first in line for next year, I guess. All right. Well, all my friends in Portland surely can sing along to this one. I think it's like a law there, like don't pump your own gas and learn this song. E flat, there we go. Portland, 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 Portland. Woo! It's like juggling. If you come to California, be sure to wear a rubber, 'cause there's lots of nasty people down there. They're covered with long blonde artificial hair. They look like shit and they hate it when you stare. But in Portland, happy Portland, everyone is friendly and kind. They got free money down at the liquor store. You only have to smile and say hi. Hi! In Portland, happy Portland, everything's gonna be fine. In Texas, lousy Texas, you'll be bitten by deadly snakes and bugs. Fuckers there, they'll mess with you, they'll rip you off and sell you bogus drugs. But in Portland, Stony Portland, you'll be high from the moment you wake up. You've got the dankest nugs that anybody's got. Hydroponic basements overflowing with pot. In Portland, Stony Portland, they're one cannabis cup. In Alaska, cold Alaska, lolly, they'll freeze your nuts off or get eaten by a bear. The people there, they just don't care. They drink, 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 and they wallow in despair. But in Portland, snazzy Portland, they put antidepressants in the beer. Hardly even notice that it rains all year. Cops shoot at us, but we have no fear. In Portland, snazzy Portland, your troubles will disappear. Whoop. I'm Mickle and the Badmintons, the Snazzy Portland song. Let me tell you, we capped off our set when Creaking Planks played the Cotati Accordion Festival just outside of Santa Rosa, California. Maybe the best set, the biggest crowd we'll ever play to, partly because the band is pretty moribund for the last decade or so. But we opened it up with that line about what the people in California are like. And our big California audience was looking very concerned that we were turning on them. Now, this is not a response to you folks. These are beliefs that we had in the Pacific Northwest long before we ever dreamed we'd be invited to come play our accordion festival. Oh, Michael was here and he's gone. Well, he's keeping Portland snazzy in his own way. I'm hearing people walking around upstairs. This is a problem because I've got kids who are supposed to be sleeping right now and it's midnight. And while playing accordion in the basement, there's not a lot I can do for them. But either they're going to snuggle up with their mom, possibly it's their mom taking the dog for a walk because he is growling and being a nuisance. Then probably when whatever is done, happening, resolves, someone may come down here and open the door and go, Rowan, what on earth is going on? Why are you playing accordion in front of 3 computers in the middle of the night? That's just my style. That's how I roll. It's not a Saturday night without that. But I got one more sing-along for you. Man, I'm really feeling not being in Portland this weekend. I say that every year, and I feel it every year. But my world has just gotten a lot smaller. It was hard enough refusing to go to the United States under the Trump administration, and then the pandemic has also locked away most of my world here in the region where I reside. To me, we don't go to restaurants, we don't go to movie theaters, I don't go to live music concerts that are conducted indoors, which is most of them. So really, this basement office you see here is a lot of my world. I'm not actually working out of it right now, but I was for several months. I'd kind of wake up, come down here, not play accordion. That was a tactical misstep. Clock out at the end of the day, go upstairs, go in the bed, think my world has gotten very small. And it is probably not good for me. I mean, not that getting infected with COVID would be good for me either, but it's not good for a lot of aspects of society. It's not good for a lot of institutions. I was like, oh, this is solid good banter content. I gotta say this when I'm done playing Kitty Closer, the place where we wrote that filk, just shut its doors earlier this week, Cafe du Soleil, and it sucks. Really. I just drove by, because now we're living adjacent to Vancouver in the suburb of Burnaby. But we went by the site of the old butcher shop floor, Little Mountain Gallery, where for a long time I helped run events, and my ensemble, the Creaking Planks, was essentially the house band for art openings. And it's not just shuttered, it's a hole in the ground now. The building has been physically removed from the premises. Maybe whatever goes there instead is going to be pretty cool. Like if it's housing, we could use some of that. But somehow I've got a sneaking suspicion it's not going to be the kind of housing the people who need housing are going to be able to afford to inhabit. So yeah, it's kind of like we're we've been shuttered away, and a lot of things are changing. And like they say, you're not going to be able to go back to normal. Normal is done. We'll work out a new normal. Maybe we can, improve normal in some ways. If it's malleable in that way, we got to do our best and not give up, because, there was a lot of great stuff that if you want it to be part of your life, you got to fight for it. If it's ever safe to have gatherings indoors again, we hope to turn our basement here into a house concert venue. I don't know if there's much demand for that in South Burnaby, but we're going to find out. I'm trying to organize in place of the annual accordion festival. It's been kind of a streaming series the last couple of years. I'm working on, I asked myself, what is it the world needs at this moment in time? Is it another accordion stream? And at this exact moment in time, yes, absolutely, this calls for an accordion stream. More broadly, I thought maybe I'll put the accordion festival on the back burner for this year, and I've really got a bug in my ear to remount the Rock for Choice concert series. It seems that this is the time to do it, and lots of people seem to agree with me. Like, yes, I want to be on board with that. Get the blessing of the people who were doing it 15 years ago, and I've found them, and I've lodged some inquiries, and very hard to make progress. Once some people, once they move on in their lives, they really move on. But something on that wavelength I'm hoping to put together for possibly late November, stream wise. So stay tuned. And for folks who don't want to do the streams, I'm trying to encourage them, get something together in your town, and I'll help promote it and support it however best you can, because this is a struggle everywhere. And for the folks who missed it the first time around, they have no idea. But that was amazing and awesome, and we thought it wasn't needed anymore, and fuck, we were really wrong. So I'll start with the accordions, and we'll go from there, and we'll see what we can do. Because if you want to have a good world, you got to fight for it. And all this talk about loss and memory and these sorts of sentiments are putting me in mind of the last big show I went to was actually years prior to the pandemic. Laurie Anderson came and did a talk, What We Lost in the Flood. She talked about her basement full of file boxes containing her entire career and all her memorabilia with her, about pertaining to her life partner, Lou Reed, and how it was all kind of damaged in an extreme weather event that submerged her storage area in New York. But provided a welcome opportunity to reevaluate the ruined records and revisit the memories of the projects that didn't happen but were documented there. So that's my pivot and my segue to my traditional end of set. You can sing it along with me, a little Laurie Anderson. You see it's a little tight in here. I didn't have room to set up a hammock. I've got one out in the backyard. I'll go swing in it when I'm done. I can't play in the hammock this time around. If you have a hammock, give it a swing on my behalf. And in the meantime, everyone out there, if you can hum an E flat, and you can partake in this ritual with me. Oh, Superman. Oh, Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad. Oh, Superman. Oh, John. Oh, Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad. Hi. I'm not home right now. But if you want to leave a message, just start talking at the sound of the tone. Hello? This is your mother. Are you there? Are you coming home? Hello? Is anybody home? Well, you don't know me, but I know you. I've got a message to give to you. Here come the plane. You better get ready to go. You can come as you are, but you pay as you go. Pay as you go. I said, okay, who is this really? The voice said, this is the hand that takes. This is the hand that takes. This is the hand that takes. Here come the planes. They're American planes, made in America. Smoking or non-smoking? The voice said, neither snow nor rain, gloom of night, sustain these carriers from the swift completion of their appointed round. Because when love is gone, there's always justice. When justice is gone, there's always force. When force is gone, there's always mom. Hi, mom. Hold me, mom, your long arms, your automatic arms, your electronic arms, in your arms. Hold me, mom, your long arms, your petrochemical arms, military arms, and your electronic arms. All right, friends, hasn't been long enough. It's only been like an hour, but it's also late. It's unfortunate. I'm just getting warmed up. I feel my throat opening. The blood is flowing. I'm like, now I'm ready to start my set. Unfortunately, it's not time to do that. I should have played a set before I played for you, and then I'd be ready to go. Maybe I'll try that next year. Oh, next year I should try to be in Portland. I actually booked like 4 vacation days at work back in February, thinking maybe this year will be different. But instead, I'm getting an ample opportunity to stay at home and think about what will it take to satisfy me that it's okay to come again. And I really don't know at this point. I really don't know. But I miss you all terribly. And thank you for joining me to do this ridiculous ritual in the middle of the night. And we'll have to do it again in some way, shape, or form again. I won't say soon, but maybe this time in some future year. I'll be looking out for it. In the meantime, keep Portland weird, and I'll see you when I can. To all the non-Portlanders, I'm sorry if that stream was extremely strange for all of you, but it's about time you learned. I am that strange guy. Now, it's always awkward to close a stream, and I'm going to try and turn off like 3 of them at the same time. So that's like uh, maximal awkwardness. It could only get more awkward if like my shorts fall down while I'm trying to do it. I've got like the heart boxer shorts on. So keep Vancouver squeezy like that was ever in question. I've got no choice. All right. Bye-bye, Facebook. So long, Instagram. Where's the button that closes it? Has a little X in the corner. Let's do it. And for all of you out there in YouTube, it's been a blast. Yeah, I'm going to keep learning more music. And next time around, I'll probably still play you a lot of the same old Horace standards. But we'll see. I like to mix it up. Cheers, and go indulge in some Lost Gorditas on my behalf if you can. Cheers.